Klopp went looking for Højbjerg and didn't quite get the response from him that he was looking for. Anyway, City back top on this match day. Manchester United beaten by Sheffield United yesterday. Off the top, Leicester picked up a point, of course. Liverpool fourth on 37 points now. West Ham on this match day into fifth. Were four coming into the night. And Spurs slipped to sixth. So there we are, the confirmation of match day 20. So our attention turns to the weekend. As part of our coverage, Super Saturday, Arsenal play Manchester United. That kicks off at 20:30 Mecca. Coverage on HD 1 and 2 in Arabic, HD 11 for our English language service, and 4K is also available. So, Liverpool are back in the hunt.
Liverpool back in the hunt. Yeah, I think what we said before the game, it was a must-win for them in order to keep competing for to win the Premier League and to be a force for City, and they did. I mean, you know what Andy said as well. They always have quality. They always have quality to decide games, and sometimes they just need one spark or one moment in order to get the three front men going, and they did today. You know, it was a little nerve-wracking when the 2-1 when they scored the first one, Tottenham. But I mean, at the end of the day, they just closed it out. Well,
let's go through it chronologically. Sadio Mane had literally just missed a gilt-edged opportunity when Spurs broke. Thought they'd scored. I'm certain Mourinho will be convinced that that was the case.
I think everyone was.
But it wasn't.
No, it's saying it just backs away and then comes back towards the ball, and it's at that moment he's given offside, not for that through ball which he was onside for. And you look around you, and there's not a single Liverpool player or member of staff even thinking about that there being offside. That had gone and had been forgotten. They were worried about that one. That was the one that concerned them. You could see he wasn't. VAR had a look at it and decided that a couple inches was beyond.
Maybe not that much.
Maybe not that much was beyond Trent Alexander-Arnold down at right back here, and therefore because of that trailing foot that he never quite brought back quick enough, the goal was disallowed.
And we will never know whether Spurs would have been in the title race tonight had that stood. In the end, it was Firmino that opened the scoring.
Yeah. I think this poor goalkeeping for me. You know, we discussed it after the first half. What Lloris is doing here, he got to be more commanding in this area and just got to get the ball here. And it was not like if the ball was smashed in front of the goal with speed that he couldn't get to it. It kind of tumbled. You know, the pass here from Mane, and he was just waiting. I think he was just afraid of colliding with his own player, instead of really going for the ball.
Could have been Niger, right?
2 in 2 minutes as it turned out, because before Tottenham had settled after 2 changes at half-time, Liverpool were 2 up. Keeper again?
Oh, for me, keeper's badly. I mean, this is again, Richard, this is not a shot that's been drilled at him at great pace. If you see, you know, Sadio Mane tuck in from the left here, good piece of play, lovely piece of play, but it kind of side foots it, bounces a couple of times. Now, if you're not going to collect it, it's been pouring with rain, so I can excuse him that. You can't push it out there. You have to push it away from goal, out towards the corner flag, out that way. But it was a really...
line. Did Spurs have a chance to defend it?
He's getting pulled away there, and what they're saying is he deliberately moved his arm towards the ball. It looks like it there, but when you have it at slow motion like that, and you see it at a certain angle, is he doing that deliberately? Not in my opinion, to control the ball. No, it just kind of hits him.
I'm thinking back to the Chelsea-West Brom game, rather the West Brom-Chelsea game, the third goal, which wasn't disallowed because the feeling then was West Brom had the chance to defend.
To clear it, yeah.
Well, I think Spurs, between that ball leaving one half and arriving at the end of the other, had plenty of time to clear that. But
yeah, I think that. I mean, that was harsh. I thought that was really harsh. I mean, it wasn't a clear and obvious error for me. It was so far back in the move. I don't get that one.
Anyway, it wasn't significant because Liverpool ultimately did make it 3-1. It's significant for us because we just have to keep an eye on them. They do make it up.
When the ball comes with speed is this, what you do as a defender? Are you going to clear it backwards,
No.
you know, with your right foot, or do you going to wait for the bounce a little bit high and just head it away? So it was a great ball by Trent, and you know the danger was there, and it was an easy tap in for Mane.
It was an awkward one.
Spurs out of the title race. You said before the game the losers would be.
Top 4 for me now. Tonight. 1A top 4.
And Liverpool deservedly winning.
Deservedly. Listen, we debated whether Liverpool were, what was the matter with Liverpool. We said right at the beginning of the night, not a lot. It will just take a little spark, a little something. The front three, it will take a night. 2 of them scored, 1 had a goal disallowed.
Yeah.
Pretty good night for them.
I think so. I think it was a deserved Liverpool win. But on the other hand, I don't think Mourinho can say the same thing about his team, first of all, and also the way how they conceded. 3 mistakes. Can we say 3 mistakes?
Yeah,
Two by the
I would say
goalkeeper,
3 mistakes. Yeah,
and also
definitely.
the 3rd goal. So if you really think about the game, did Liverpool score goals from open play and from fantastic combinations? No. So Mourinho sitting there in the dressing room thinking, I think we could do more.
Yeah. Well, they could do better. I mean, that was, for me, that was a team that were very much second best.
We don't know yet. We haven't heard. But is Mourinho going to be more concerned about losing Harry Kane than he is about losing that match, would you think?
In the long run, Kane.
Yeah.
In the long run, Harry. I mean, I think top 4 would be an ambition for him now. And one of the cups, of course, we've got a chance in both still. Big chance. So I think that the worry will be Kane. He's had problems with, if it's the same ankle. I mean, it kind of suggests it is, because there'll be a weakness there. And it didn't look overly harsh, the tackle or the little turn of the ankle. So if it is the one he's had trouble with over the years, then, you know, he might be 4 or 5 weeks out with that. You don't know. Spurs will be hoping it's 10 days, maybe a fortnight.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, and what you said, you know, a game like Liverpool is just a game. You know, you can win and lose against the big guys. Yeah. But losing game for 5 or 6 weeks, you don't know how the injury set out. It affects other players. Look at Son in the second half. You know, he doesn't play better, you know, without Kane, and him being a provider for Son as well is so important for this team, and also the rotation, because Bale is not in form. We haven't seen Bale the last couple of weeks, and also the rest of the offense. So it's very important to get Kane getting fit.
Okay, take me ask something.
Yeah.
Just
more
something
than
about the
enough
game.
time.
Something about the game tonight. I mean, I know what Josie started the season with a certain way of playing, with a back 4, with a 3 in midfield. He had Sissoko in the midfield with Højbjerg, and Ndombele is the one who would go in front, and then the 3 across the front. Now, when they were chasing the game at half-time, I'm thinking to myself,